Rudy, where you at? Waiting for you, Rudy. Hey, some of you trolls out there, Melissa, Amanda, go get Rudy. Go get your boy. Go get your boy. Where Rudy Orr at? Chicken neck. I want Rudy in the box. Okay, folks, I'm Randy Davis with the Watchman. Let me tell you, first of all, what's going on here. Like I said, it's going to be a little tiny video, but it's because some things got to be straightened. And another thing, before we get into that, I think Connie Regali's trial started today for custodial interference. I'd like to know what happens in that. I kind of have a vested interest in it, to be honest with you. Connie Regali, Tennessee attorney, Family Forward Project. But other than that, I'm going to tell you, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a real quick little live here. I can't see what everybody's putting up there. Somebody. Oh, Ellen. Hey, Ellen. I wanted to do this to clear the air on some things because Rudy had something on his chest other than that bat tattoo somebody did in prison, I guess. But he had something on his chest. He just couldn't take it. He had to get it out there. I watched this while I'm down at the beach. And here's the culmination of what happened there. It all culminates into Rudy Orr doing something that somehow helped me. You know, he's helping me. He's like Dr. Phil. He's like the Dr. Phil or Skeletor psycho person land. So he was going to help me. He was going to help me because he was defending me and my honor and keeping me from making a fool of myself. And I don't know how he planned on doing that. But long story made short, everything ends up in a mess. I'm down at the beach for the second time in 1 week. In 7 days, I'm at the beach for the second time. The first time was exactly 1 week prior when I get called by Lynn Fields, who's the program director of Sampson County DSS. And Lynn sends me a message by text and then says, can you give me a call? And I give her a call. And she said, Randy, I know you don't like surprises. So I'm just telling you, somebody's opened up an Adult Protective Services case against you regarding Sebastian, and we must initiate that within 72 hours. I understand that. Lynn's a good person. As a matter of fact, she helped free Cheyenne. And this doesn't mean anything to somebody like Rudy because he'll never see one where his kids are reunited. But see, I'll always fit into your hug. That Cheyenne gave me that as a gift. And that picture right there, that orange sticker, that's a DSS visitation sticker. Yeah, so I made a social worker, actually the head of CPS, Jane Dudley, take that picture. I had her do it when we were there on a visit. But the bottom line is, Lynn helped to make that go away because she knew I'd done nothing. So she wanted to come here, so we had to initiate, meaning Bash and I had to leave the beach, come all the way here, and mess that up. So this time I had surgery on Friday. I really need to say something about Gemma first, and then I'm going to go over some of these and tell you what you're going to see on Sunday. Because some of the ridiculousness that I'm seeing coming out can only be handled with Rudy in the box. And I need Rudy in the box unless he's chicken shit, which I already know the answer to that. And I'm going to tell you, all of this stuff about Facebook fighting, ain't going to be no Facebook fighting, Rudy. This is going to be you showing up, doing your thing, and let's just get that out there. We can do it on live. We can do it on live. But I want it to be in person. I really do. I think it would be, you've been here, you stayed in my house when you had nowhere to keep your kids, and my family allowed you to stay here. And they took care of you. But I can tell you, this is not going to go easy for you, my friend. And whatever you got, you need to dump it. You need to put it all out there on me because I'm going to dump all of yours out there and all those around your ass. No doubt. But first, before I go into the Rudy, and I'm waiting on him. I don't see him in the box. Because somebody tell him he's missing the box. They gave him all day so he'd prepare. I didn't know anything about a box. I didn't even have a damn charged phone. But Rudy, I'm waiting for your ass to get in the box. Get in the box, damn it. Because I'm going to go over where you live in Troll Land, and I'm going to take over Troll Land. I'm going to tell them all about you, and they're going to be having a ball. I got some good jokes for you tonight, too, Rudy. A lot of them are jailhouse jokes and stuff like that. But the first thing is Gemma. I'm getting all these things about Gemma. I don't know. My honest answer is, folks, I don't know. I think that Gemma is a good-hearted person that has a spirit like I've never seen before. I messaged with her at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning on more than one occasion, and I don't know. I would be scared to speculate what's really going on in her mind. I know she's been attacked. Her family's been attacked. And it's only for one reason. She's been attacked viciously simply because she defended me and she cared about me. And I think that's a terrible thing. But several times I told her the best thing she should do was forget about me, go live her life, take back the life she had before me, because as long as she associates with me, there's going to be trolls like Rudy Orr, Melissa McDonald, Amanda Antonton, and all this rest of this Francesca Amato. That's why you see, by the way, Rudy with his little suit on. He's wearing Fran's suit again because he's reaching out for help because he's starving on the vine. Skeletor is literally starving on the vine. He's coming up with all kinds of reckless stuff. But in the end, those like Amanda Antonton, whenever you have a business and you see, and that was all I was going to say about Gemma, by the way. I'm going into the Rudy part, and I don't see him here. But Amanda Antonton, I shared, you can go to my page and look it up. You're going to see, folks, where Amanda Antonton, she's wife number 8 for her current husband. Looks to be a good man as far as I can see. I never said anything bad about him. But the problem is when you're using a phone number in order to continually harass me, that's a North Carolina number, and it's also associated with your stables and your weed farm, then you open yourself up for liability in a libel and slander suit. And the bad thing about that is, yes, I'm doing that. Yes. And I have legal help. So you'll be good. You'll be glad to know that, Amanda. Wait a minute, I got boys back here laughing. They won't be quiet. Hey! Y'all got to cut it out. Hey, cut it out. I'm on the line. Oh, God. Sebastian's got a buddy over because he was at his buddy's for 3 days last week. Now his buddy's here tonight. Yeah, that's something. But Amanda, you should understand whenever you're going to use libel and slander, you need to be able to back up these things. You especially need to back up how I was fired from Ford for sexual harassment. That's an easy one for you to prove. You just need to post it or get someone. Because number one, I never worked for Ford. That's a misnomer. But if you look up Rodney Holman, Holman, he's on my friends list. Rodney Holman was the owner of the dealership where I was the GSM at, and I did never get fired there. As a matter of fact, after I left, they paid me $5,000 to come back for 1 week and retrain everybody a year later because they had to be. So if you want to check that out, you can. You can look into those friends, but you better have that ready because I will assure you, Amanda, that you and your girl, Melissa McDonald, you're going to have to prove these statements, and I'll assure you this. Again, today we spoke with Social Security Administration in this identity theft using what I'm going to do. Let you know about Sunday, folks, because these are my UNC discharge records. I know they don't think I had surgery, and I'm going to tell you, there's one prescription in here because I don't really have surgery. I didn't really have a stent. One of these is a prescription. I've never seen anything like it. And it's a really high-powered antibiotic. And there's only one pill in the whole bottle. And it says right on the bottle, take this pill the day you remove the stent. For those of you who don't know, this thing has meant 2 surgeries, I don't know how many COVID tests, and cardiac approval. I have been in and out of UNC and Betsy Johnson Hospital here. Melissa knows this, but she's standing there as Amanda lies. I don't know why she's turned into a liar, but I wouldn't expect anything from a woman that takes her own child's truck title, money from Social Security. And I just found out tonight, here's a little tidbit. I was talking to Sebastian's father, and that's going to be a shocker. But, you know, Sebastian's father, I've never talked to him before tonight, but evidently he filed his taxes. And Melissa's getting like $8,000. The only problem is that Melissa owes $12,000, plus she owes Sebastian. So, hey, thumbs up on getting that, big girl. So I wanted to let you know that you may think that was coming, but apparently your other kids are finally going to get the support you never filed. You never paid, except when it was purges and my son paid it. And that's a fact. We'll go over some of that on Sunday. But one of these is, you know, take this the day that you pull out your own stent, which will be Wednesday. Wednesday is going to hurt. I'm telling you, folks, When you go in, they put in this sheath thing between, it's in your ureter, which is a weird thing, that little tube that leaves your kidney and goes to your bladder. But they had to put that in there to stretch it all out, to get 3 different devices into my kidney, to crush a stone with a laser, vacuum it out, and look around with a camera as they're doing it. And they finally did it. So now I've got a stone removed, but I've got a stent in there. It's 14 inches long from my kidney to my bladder, and it's got a string that just hangs out of it. And then what I'll have to do on Wednesday is just pull it out. I'll have to pull it out, and it's going to hurt like hell. Well, these other dudes are saying, well, he never even had. They said I didn't have open heart. That's a lie. They said I didn't even have the stent removed. That's the stone removed and the stent put in. That's a damn straight up lie. But that's okay. I'm going to show every bit of that. I said, you know what? I'm not going to show these people my records, but I am. I'm going to do it in order to completely show you that it doesn't matter what you show. It doesn't matter who gets in the box. These are liars who will never come into the box. They'll never answer a question. And right now, Rudy Orr is over there in his camper, waiting to do his live after I do, because he wants all the troll people to see him. These are good guys, these troll groups that he's in. They can destroy somebody in a matter of minutes. But they're not going to like Rudy, because Rudy right now is trying to destroy a disabled person's check. He's trying to help a woman do that. A woman that he spent 4.5 hours on trying to convince her to go live with him in his camper. And he's also protecting a pedophile, a registered sex offender, Rudy Orr, Robert Gary Rudy Orr Jr. It's really Robert Gary Orr Jr. His dad was a known white supremacist. Rudy and his dad in the city of Oxford, North Carolina, rode around in a cop car and beat black people. NAACP were all over him. Reverend Barber was all over him. You can Google Robert Gary Orr Jr. You also find him in William Bill White in the federal papers, in the federal court orders. Rudy Orr is listed in there as being the white supremacist leader after Tony Finch, his father, had passed away, or went to jail, rather. Rudy is what he is. Some people say, well, why would you help Rudy then? I made amends with Rudy because Rudy was laying on his deathbed, and it was put upon my heart to give him a call. I did. I called him the minute he laid there. Rudy will tell you, or has told people, I was the only person that called him. I was the only person. Nobody visited him. Nobody called him, but I did. And I said, Rudy, got to bury the hatchet on this. But Rudy's decided to do whatever he did. You know, like others that are making decisions that I wouldn't necessarily agree with. I don't begrudge them. I don't begrudge any of them. Nobody has to like me, and I can't make anybody like me, nor am I going to try. None of these people do I want to chase after and bring them back. I went down that road for a long time with a certain woman, over 70 times. So some of the upcoming shows are going to be on narcissistic people when you go and you run them back. I used to wonder, why does a woman, after she's been beaten, go and grab them and bring them back? Why do you take the blame? I'm not taking the blame for any of this. I do what I do. I'm helping to protect a child, essentially, because he's 19, he's still considered a minor until 19. He just turned it. Well, his mother has stolen from him. This is wrong. I don't care who you are. This is wrong. Rudy Orr supports this, and now he supports Jason Byron Shoop, S-H-U-P-E. Jason Byron, B-Y-R-O-N, Shoop. This is a registered sex offender who has actually put charges against Rudy before. Rudy had restraining orders because Rudy's kissing his rear end now, or some part of his anatomy, and Rudy's okay with this guy Shoop. This Sunday, I'm going to show you the documentation and screenshots from where Melissa had pre-planned all these calls with Jason Shoop prior to her ever running away. I'm going to show you where she planned this out. I'm going to show you where the whole thing was a scheme, and it involved Danielle Hatcher and Auntie Perrick and others in that scheme. This was a pre-planned thing. This isn't a breakup that happened like you were thinking. This has racial overtones to it. This has racist overtones to it. And yes, Amanda, again, yes, I'm going to sue you and all those involved, including any business associated with your numbers. And that's just how it is. And I'll file it here in North Carolina. And you can do your best to defend it. I don't care. Threatening me, sending me these messages you're sending me, they're not working. And Melissa, stop sending me the contrary messages that you're putting out there. This begging to come back is sickening. I don't want to hear it. I block everything that you've got. You block and unblock. I want you to go away. I want you to stay away. Rudy, where are you? Does anybody see Rudy? I'm still looking for Rudy, peeps. See what some of y'all's comments are like Rudy does. Oh, another Facebook. Hey, look, Thomas, they stole my Randy Davis Facebook. Um, Rudy Orr, the pedophile Jason Shoup, Amanda Hatcher, and Melissa, they're in charge of my Randy Davis Facebook. Just like Jay Moss took over the Watchmen, and he's a piece of trash too. But they did. And this whole thing has been like a pre-planned thing. I think Jay probably just got caught up in it because he's not a ringleader. I really don't even have any hard feelings at Jay other than you don't take somebody's Facebook thing. I think that was kind of uncool. But other than that, I'm still waiting on Rudy. I'm waiting on Rudy to drag his ass in here tonight. I want to take my shirt off when he takes his shirt off. And I'm sure he would come in here just to take it off. Because I'm tired of being told how I'll show the damn string hanging out. I'm tired of being called a liar, folks. And I didn't want to get to the point where I got to show my fucking medical records in order to shut up some little dweezily 110-pound weasel with a bat on his chest. But whenever his troll friends see, and he wants to be like them, he wants to be super troll. He wants to be Mr. Super Troll. So he would join in with any of your enemies in order to take you down on this DSS. This DSS family rights thing is not anything he cares about. It's a way to get him attention for his troll side, where they have the couch groups, the roast groups, and everything. And those guys over there are good. But you can tell they make fun of Rudy. Rudy wants to get in there with guys that are rappers and do battles. They destroy his little ass. All he is something to laugh at. He looks like Flavor Flav meets Casper the White Ghost, white boy. It is sickening what he's doing, but that's okay. So I want to let y'all know, those worried about my health, once again, my health is good. It is very good. The stone is gone. It hurts like hell. I'm pissing blood. But I can still go and do what I have to do. Why did I go to the beach? I went to the beach because they made me come home from the beach the week before, and I'd just be damned if I pissed myself to death. I was not going to let that stand, and that's just who I am. They're hoping that I will come out here, and during the middle of this DSS investigation, that I'll do something stupid, because they're saying Randy's lost his mind. I'll play Jeopardy with him. We'll play Trivial Pursuit. I don't care. Randy has not lost his mind. Randy is tired of being attacked. No matter what I've done for 90 days, it's been the same thing for months and months. It just keeps on going. Melissa McDonald needs to go away, stay away. She was in hiding. Then she went ghost. Then she's back in hiding. But while she's ghosting and hiding, she's messaging me and doing lives all the time with the rat woman over there with those teeth sticking out. Rudy, by the way, speaking of teeth, I will give $1,000 if you can eat an apple in less than 1 minute live on Facebook. I mean, not cut up. I'm talking about a whole apple, not a mushy apple. But an apple where you have to take a bite. You have to take a bite out of the actual apple. The only thing I've ever seen you eat is applesauce and mashed potatoes, and I gotta wonder why. Now, here's the thing I noticed about Rudy. Rudy will give you something to make you mad. You know, Rudy he'd asked me to be on his phone with him, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, something like that, because he had this girl. It was the hot redhead, 30-year-old. She was in Central Prison. And Rudy had been sending her for a year. He'd been sending her canteen money and paytel money where you used the telephone. He'd been borrowing money. He went and hopped to his employer. Rudy keeps his camper behind a buy your pay your lot there in Henderson. He gets paid $50 a day during the week and $25 on Saturday because it's a half a day to run errands. Rudy's a gopher. Rudy's a gopher for a guy that owns a buy your pay your lot that don't want to go get his own groceries. So Rudy kisses his ass and goes and does it. And his fun is going to thrift store. But what I wanted to do was go up there and grab Rudy's camper and pull a Yellowstone, like on TV when they took those two perverts, put them in the back of the horse trailer and gave them a joyride. I would like to do that, but I probably would get too big of a charge and never see life again, outside. But if not, I'd like to go up there and just push his camper over. It's probably just going to fall apart anyway. Just push his little camper thing on over. But that's Rudy the advocate, building Team Rudy over there. The man couldn't tell you what preponderance of the evidence is. How do I know? I've asked him. He doesn't even understand what that means. Preponderance of the evidence. He doesn't have a clue. He's going to give you something stupid. He won't even look it up. He'll just say it. He's an idiot. Am I in competition with Rudy Orr? Hell no. No more than I'm in competition with Minnie Mouse or Deputy Dog. Rudy is an idiot. I helped him because of one reason. Not because he was a good parent, not because he did the right thing, but because of UCCJEA. Rudy's case won in the Court of Appeals in Washington State because of a technicality, meaning that it didn't matter what Rudy did. It didn't matter he's in a kangaroo suit. It didn't matter he's the shittiest father on earth. It doesn't matter he stays drunk all the time, and Chris Potts had it right. What mattered was they had no subject matter jurisdiction. So I told him from the get-go, I don't like what you're doing, but here's the deal. I'm okay with you doing it because it's not going to affect your case. But now that he's won, guess what? He won, but they just reconstituted the whole thing. So now they do have subject matter jurisdiction. Here's what will happen. Not because I know, but because this is what they do. They'll now re-hit Rudy with child support. They'll get that money. If he gets the stimulus, they're going to nail that. But he's going to have to do something. But see, I'm thinking with him being up there and the way these people today, they threatened me. Amanda and Melissa threatened Amanda, the redheaded Edgewick. She said she was going to call UNC because I'm peel shopping. I'm peel shopping. Let me tell you something, folks. When you get 10 oxycodones, 10, 5 milligrams, that last you through 2 surgeries, that last 2 months worth of damn surgery, and you get a bottle of acetaminophen, you're not peel shopping. I still have 1 left. You know why I have 1 of my 10 left? Because Wednesday, I'm going to have to take that damn thing and then yank whatever that 14-inch damn stent in my bladder and my kidney. It's going to have to come all the way out of me, and they're telling me I'm going to climb the walls. I'm even thinking, I don't even know why you have to do that by yourself, but you do. And I have no reason to make this up, and I don't need to explain myself to any of these people. None of them. Randy's been fine alone. Randy won alone. Randy has a good team, but I'm going to tell you right now, my team is very, very small. And it started out with Neil Shelton, my daughter, myself, and Dominic Tomasello with Future of Our Children Video Network. And I can tell you right now, Neil Shelton is still like a brother to me. And Neil, if you're listening, Rudy has plans to try and go after you as well. And now he has said it. I know about it. I knew he was going to pull this little thing here, but these rats combined together. But I love you, Neil. And Neil knows we cannot talk for years. Well, I don't think we ever went years, but several months. And we're just like we pick up right where we left off because we're true to one another. We don't lie to one another. And he knows if I tell you I'm going to do it, I do it. Or I damn well fall out. Last night I said I was going to do a live, and honest to God, Sebastian snoring, Zeus is laying on my leg, and he started snoring, and I fell out. I was wore out. I was wore the hell out because I busted my ass proving a point that I'd go to the beach and I would fish on a pier that belonged to my buddy and his dad before him, where I caught my first kingfish. It's like a place where I go to make things go away, and the sounds of the waves are beautiful, and it just puts me to sleep. I'm sorry I didn't get to see my commercial fishing buddies when I was down there, but I will. But back to Sunday. Sunday, you're going to see the Watchmen come in strong. We're not going to be on Zoom anymore. Don't want anything to do with anything we had to do with before. We're going to start out fresh on the Watchmen with StreamYard. And you'll see Michael Volpe, Megan Fox, Levi Page, a lot of other people are switching over to StreamYard because it's actually easier. It's less expensive. We pay the bill ourselves, and we don't have to hear this. We're going to reopen everything over there as the Watchmen. I'll start another page. Now, Jay, I wish you'd go a long way with me if you just give me my page back. Would over there would you too, Melissa, but I don't expect that. And other than that, Rudy, I'm waiting. I want to see you in the what the hell, dude? I'll do some rap with you. I'll do some rap. The thing about Rudy, I'm going to tell you a joke about Rudy that ain't a joke. This guy kept me on the phone, this Rudy Orr, while he drove. By the way, he has no driver's license. He never had one. So he drives all the way from Henderson up to Central Prison in Raleigh to pick up the redhead. He says, can you stay on the phone with me? I do. All these various security guards and everybody there are telling me, you got to move over here, you got to move over there, you can't smoke here, you can't smoke there. I'm listening to it, right? Well, they're looking at him. He looks like the typical skinhead. He's running around out there, and he's like, I don't see her, I don't see her. Finally, she comes out. She gets in the car. He's happy. He goes home. Let me just tell you something. If you're so bad with a woman that you have a prisoner A prisoner that's getting out on post release. Now, she's still got to be coupled with an ankle monitor she ain't got yet. But Rudy funds this woman for a year. He funds all of her phone calls, all of her canteen in there. It goes all the way to Raleigh. He risks getting arrested. He picks her up. He's got her a little care package with flip-flops and a razor and some deodorant. He's doing all these things to make the woman know Rudy loves you. And he picks her up. She gets in the car. Everything is good. He goes home. He had to borrow money from the boss in order to grill something out for that night. He was like, man, I had to borrow the money, and I don't really have it, but this is the one. This is the one. This is Dr. Phil Orr. So Dr. Phil Orr has the old girl there. It's kind of quiet that night. Next morning, he's like, yeah, man, that was good. And you know what? Right behind that, less than 24 hours after getting the Rudy stick, she rode the Rudy meat rocket and was gone. This joker couldn't even hold a prisoner till they got the electronic monitoring ankle on her bracelet, on her leg. Rudy couldn't keep a prisoner. She was gone. I don't know what he had in that thing. She must not have liked it. But Rudy spent a year paying for a woman that was really catfishing him from prison. And then screwed him over and pew, she's gone. Yep, dropped him like a prom dress. Now, Rudy, all the other things you're saying about me, just bring them on out here. You're now associating with Jason Byram Shoup, a pedophile. Jason Byram Shoup, the guy who damn near destroyed you in Washington State, who was sleeping with your wife, he said, in Fayetteville, when Nick lived there. And your kids got to be the most embarrassed. But you know what really sickens me is this week, you denied your daughter, Chloe. You were so common as to deny her an education, an apartment, and financial assistance, even though DSS said they would give her all of that. And no repercussions to you whatsoever. And you denied that to your daughter. I thought about that. You're a sorry, common piece of shit. That's what you are. You sure you ain't coming in the box? I want to take my shirt off, Rudy. I want to take my shirt off just because you do. That's what I want to do. Don't be coming in here. I'm about to take my shirt off. I'm about to take my shirt off. Zeus, don't you come in here either. Come here. I want to show everybody Zeus.
Zeus. Oh, he's got to use the bathroom.
That right there is Zeus. And Zeus loves me when the women leave, when the money's gone. When the job is gone, he still loves me. And that's why I love him. Right? Bye. Rev it up. All right. So, Rudy, I don't know if you're coming in or not. I'm not going to take my shirt off. If Rudy's not going to be in here to take his off, but y'all can all tell him I called him a punk-ass bitch. And I'm going to be in his troll stuff and going off on his ass because he's a chicken shit. That's what he is. Hey, Patricia, I can see now. I got on my old man glasses. I'm crusty. And y'all, I'm telling you. Hey, Kelly Rose. Kelly Rose. And you know what? Kelly Rose has got a case. Rudy would say I dropped the ball on everybody, but I guarantee you Kelly Rose would say different. She would say, nope, been fighting with me every day. Matter of fact, talked with her today. A bunch of people going to come out like that and show Rudy to be a damn liar. Because everybody that knows Rudy knows Rudy's a damn liar. Rudy had his 4 kids right here in my house. All 4 of them. Chloe was still in foster care at that time. And they came up here, and Maria Elena and Moretta were here to open it up. My brother did that while I was in jail in Sampson County and didn't know it. They gave Rudy and his 4 kids a place to live. They brought them food. They brought them everything they needed to survive. My brother even gave them $100 to have beer. Yeah, to have beer. But this is what he would do to me. He'll do it to you. I will assure you he'll do it to you. I don't give a shit about Rudy Orr. Never did. It was about UCCJEA, the Washington State story. You see, we found the Washington State story, and it was Maria that found it. She dug into those 501s. We're still going to do the Washington State story, but it won't have Rudy Orr's name in it. It don't need him in it, and we're going to tell that story of how Judge Lanise and these other 501s have done what they've done. And Rudy can't even go back with me telling you that and reconstruct it, because Rudy is an idiot. Idiot. That being said, this Sunday, 9 p.m., The Watchman returns, but on a new platform of StreamYard. Maria's getting everything ready now. Shane is involved in it. And don't forget, we have we have teamrevitup.com, TEAM Rev It Up, or teamrevitup.com, teamrevitup.com. We're serious about what we do. We put the money in there. Shane's invested his money, time, effort, everything. You're going to see us switching over to a paid platform. And that's because we're going to be doing consulting. That doesn't mean that any of y'all that we're helping right now is going to still continue to get help. And those people that we can afford to help for free, we are. But when we have to go and ride places to see stuff, do their cases or whatever, we got to get paid. I'm going to get paid. I'm sick of this. The difference here is this. You got Amanda. I helped her. She never helped me do shit. Melissa, I helped her a lot. Never helped me do shit. Rudy Orr, I helped Rudy. He won a major situation, but it ain't going to matter because now they got what they need and they're going to barbecue. But I helped all three of them. What do we have there? We got three people who between them got 12 exes that we know about. 12 ex-spouses. And not nary a damn one of them got custody of a gun. But they're going to build a team. Randy won. Not one of them three did. Not one. Wonder why. Maybe they don't follow Rudy. I imagine, though, if most people look at it and say, you're going to follow Rudy with your case? Yeah, I'd like to put my children's life in their hands. He's got a bad tattoo. He's got a bad tattoo, so I know I can trust him. Rudy, get in the box. I'm going to take my shirt off any damn way. Melissa told me I need to do squats. She told me I needed to do lunges. Amanda said I was all ratty and crusty. I ain't. And I'm going to do it. And somebody's going to say, that's not what advocates do. I'm not an advocate. I'm Randy defending himself because these people have screwed with me, and I'm going to get even. Does any of that, does that look crusty? Let me suck it in. See it wiggling? It ain't me. DNA, genetic, that's Croatan Indian. You can't mess with that, Rudy. And I'm going to tell you something, Rudy. Your shit's going to happen in real life. Take that to Jimmy Thornton. Because when you bring your ass back up here again, Amanda and them are right. The government here don't like me. They're going to help me. They're going to do shit. But that's why I got Browning and Smith & Wesson. Because I'll handle it myself. That being said, anybody got anything you want to ask me? I'll answer it now. Otherwise, we're going to be going wider. I wish you could see the difference, Randy. You were using the phone or tablet. Yes, I can't. That's a good point. Look, Deborah, this is the new iPhone, which is a brand new used iPhone. Maybe I should read these. But this is Jody Ashton sent me an iPhone 11. This thing is bad to the bone. And then I got a Surface Pro I don't know how to use. And believe me, with an iPhone, they changed it right over. Even though it was Australian, Verizon switched out everything, redid. There's a calibration you have to do on it to make it accept the international numbers. But then switched everything over, got that handled. But I didn't realize that there's a difference in iPhone cables. And one of the things, I don't even know if it's here. Well, I can show y'all. It's kind of a funny thing, because what got this whole thing started, or they said it did, was a boat trailer with legs. But I don't know if y'all can see the plug on an iPhone connector from Australia, but they're not parallel. They're sticking up like boat trailer legs. Yeah! It makes me crazy, look. So it won't work from Australia on either one. So I had to make some adjustments there, but then I got screwed up and got the wrong charger. And if you don't have a good one, you're not jamming it into this, it won't let it charge. So yesterday, even though I didn't want to be talking to Rudy anyway, there were people made fun of me or whatever. He don't know how to use iPhone. I don't care. Number one, I didn't feel like I had an urgency to do shit for radio. He's on, where's he at? Why ain't he in the box? Tony got in the box. He at least called me. Rudy, you going to call? Hey, call me. Because I'm going to make sure that this time you're finished off, Rudy. Your little ordeal, you already lost all credibility years ago with anybody in this movement. But now I want to make sure I'll never figure out iPhones. Very good. Hey, Michael. Michael is there. And Michael, you're in here watching. You're my neighbor. You're Mr. Huey's nephew, but you work at the hospital. You see me. You visited me while I was there. If I'd have died, you'd have rolled me to the morgue. Michael can tell you I was in there for what I'm telling you I was in there for, which was open heart surgery. If you didn't see, you really, I don't even know if you, maybe you can't see it, but it's there. Believe me, the pictures were there. And when I tell you right now, folks, I'm pissing blood right now. Do you see it? No. Do you sense it in me? No. I got a string hanging out of me. You gonna sense it? No. The difference is Rudy and the rest of this crowd don't understand. Pain don't hurt. Not to some of us. And we're not gonna let you see us sweat. We're not gonna see a time when we let you run over us because we're hurting, because you fuckers can't hurt me. You people don't understand. I don't give a damn. Getting an ass beaten, that'll go away. But having you talk shit to me like this and what you did to my daughter too, Rudy, we're going to show all this on Sunday on StreamYard. We're going to show where it was you that coined the phrase cheap bloody tampon. We're going to show where it was you that said director Tommy Bull was going to do a porno in Cheyenne. My daughter was going to star in it. I'm going to remind you of everything before I destroy you, you son of a bitch, on Sunday. I was good to you. My family was good to you. My brother can't believe what you're doing. JC is shot. And it's all because of you. And chasing ass? No, Randy ain't never had to chase ass. None. That's bullshit. What Randy's been busy doing? People trying to run over me in my yard. People robbing me. Trying to keep that kid's money safe from his mother, who's took it over and over again. For no reason. While she's spending her food stamps from her other kids in Michigan with Amanda. Maybe Amanda and JD are gobbling up food stamps. Maybe they are. DSS of Sampson County said they were being spent there. Yeah, being spent there. Who's worthless? And Amanda, you're fugly. Just kidding, Larry. Larry, you don't need to explain yourself to anyone. Busy taking care of that. Yeah, but I really do. Jody Ashton said, rev it up. And let me tell you something. One thing Jody knows about me is this. Jody knows there's a bigger thing at play that neither Jody can tell you or I can tell you. But there's going to be a critical part to be played in the exposure of a massive pedophile. And for some reason, this always involves pedophile. Now Rudy's back over there with a pedophile, Jason Chu, and he's calling him JB. JB said we need to be together. Now, hell no. If part of your plan involves a pedophile in your plan is flawed from the beginning. I'm just telling you. There'll be no pedophiles over here with us. Connie regularly said the same thing. Randy is the real deal. His scar is real on his chest. Randy, shave your chest a little. I'll not. I will not shave my chest again. He was in the hospital where I worked at. It was a scary thing to see. Thank God he's okay now. Why? Because Mike left. I was doing fine. Melissa was there with me. For whatever reason, right after she left, I'm squirting blood. I still have questions. I still don't have my medical records, but I believe she had something to do with it. There's a little shocker. I believe she's a sociopath. So do her ex-husbands. So does Sebastian. And I'm not telling Sebastian what to say. I'm tired of this stuff of them trying to make him like he's wearing a helmet eating crayons. This boy can make his own decisions. This boy spent 3 days at his buddy's house. To be sure, a 19-year-old boy could outrun a 58-year-old crusty old man with saggy balls, I think Amanda said. You won't get Melissa to say I got saggy balls, though, Amanda. She won't. She won't lie like that. My balls are tight. I don't even have wrinkles. Yes, Deborah said yes. I think Deborah was talking about my balls. Patricia, I think maybe what I should do is have Patricia come here on a medical visit and examine my balls. And after examining my balls, she can say whether they're full and bouncy or they're sagging like a vampire bat or whatever. I would like to hire Patricia, the nurse, to come and do that. What do you think? What do you think, Patty? Patty Kate? Patty warned me about this, and I'm going to tell y'all, if you don't know what's going on, there were times when I had friends that were like, Randy, why are you being so mean? And why don't you just go get her? I'm like, because she hauled ass. This is like 10 times. Yeah, but, she's begging you to come and get her. Then the same people a week later when she pulls it again, they're like, You better keep that summons from ever coming back. I'll kill you if she comes back. And it went back and forth and back and forth because you're dealing with a psycho. You're dealing with narcissists. This is another plea. I want to do a show out there. This is for the men and the women. If you have truly dealt with a narcissist, I mean a true narcissist, if you have been there, you've dealt with one, and you've had to overcome, I want you to do a show with me. I want to pick maybe 3 or 4 people, because there's all kinds of people who accuse everybody of being narcissists. But I'll know, now that I've been through this, I'll know if you've been with a narcissist, because I know that eggshell feeling, that, oh my God, here she comes stomping. Is she going to be mad today when I get home, or am I going to be God? Because you're either on a pedestal or you're a ditch digger over there that's no good. But you don't ever know, and it has no basis in reality. I want to do a show on that. I want to do a show on the whole thing. I'm already working with Carolina Public Press on the issues of the CVAs, and now that I got everything back up because of Jody, we're going to start doing more stuff with, I hope, Michael Volpe and Megan Fox, who we went over really well on the first time. And Rudy made fun of that, but I'm sure that Melissa and them tried to shit can me there. But it doesn't matter. I'll re-heal my relationships just like I have to do with some of my relatives, my cousins who, because of Melissa, I didn't intentionally cut them off, but I was ashamed. I was damn ashamed, folks, of everything I had let happen with Melissa. And so I just stopped talking to people. Now, let's see. So true, I couldn't figure out what was real and what wasn't. That was Patricia. That's the truth. And Lisa says, why would she have been fighting so hard to come back if you're old, crusty, and saggy? I don't know. I don't know why she was fighting so hard. Why would she have came back over 70 times? So abusive, mean, and rotten. But here's the funny thing. You know, facts are fun. And if you look at everything leading up to April 27th, including April 25th, you'll see pictures of her kids doing fun stuff here, going to the beach with me, going to work on the go-kart, riding the go-kart, building stuff, fishing down at the creek, doing fun stuff, playing chess with Alec. But then after she leaves, you suddenly don't see any visits. You don't see her kids with her. Why not? I thought it was my fault she's not seeing her kids. I don't have a custody order with her. Why ain't she seeing them? Anybody ask her? She played me sometime. I'm so sorry. Hey, Patricia, she played all of us. And she's playing social services over here right now, but they're not biting. And what's going to happen is she's going to end up with the charges on it. And I can tell you, Angela is like, he's not lying on how many times she stomped off. Angela Wilson was here. Oh, Rosemary said she'd been in a marriage with 23 years experience, now divorced for 2 years. And I hope I can open it without changing it. And I know Randy is not a narcissist. Now, and I'm going to tell you, Rosemary, Angela has dealt with this. Karen has dealt with this. Maria has dealt with it. There were so many people who came out of the woodwork and they said, Randy, I'm just telling you, and this was a hard thing. This is something I want to go over on other shows. We'll go over it on Sunday. But it's easy. Fran used to throw around that term. He's a narcissist. Everybody that didn't get along with her or kiss her rear end was a narcissist. Yes, he's a narcissist. No, if you set boundaries and they're healthy boundaries, you're not a narcissist. But they'll do that. But I want to be able to go over what happens and how your esteem, your self-esteem, your self-worth goes so low. And then you're looking back and you're in what's called the fog. And you're like, what the hell did I just do? Did I just do that? Because I used to say, why would a woman stay with a guy every time she comes back? She's got black eyes, bloody nose. And the only time Melissa had black eyes, bloody nose, it was my daughter that gave them to her. My daughter was 20 years old. I got home from surgery. Melissa's beating me in the chest in front of Cheyenne. Cheyenne said, what are you doing? She popped Cheyenne. And when she did, whoo, Cheyenne flew off like a cheap hubcap. She beat her ass at 20 years old. Michael McGuire is my friend on Facebook. His name is Master McGuire. We call him Master McGuire. Michael McGuire is a black belt karate expert, but also Michael rode with me. His name is Dr. Michael McGuire. He rode with me when I was setting up the business with Jackie Williams, and it was $5 million I picked up at the airport in Fayetteville and started a subdivision with Circle B Enterprises, DBA Precision Development. You can go pull it up in Fayetteville. You can pull it up anywhere. This shit, if I ever worked, that's bullshit. But Michael had trained Cheyenne because she trained him to fish, and he trained her in karate. He and others. And Cheyenne unleashed on Melissa McDonald. And that night, Maria came and took the beat up Melissa McDonald. It took her to Betsy Johnson Hospital in Dunn, where for the fourth time in 3 years, she committed herself because she's crazy as a fucking bedbug. Some of you are going to say, well, why'd you do that? I'll answer that on Sunday. I will answer that on Sunday. And Angela knows. And Angela beat her ass. And Tony says, if you hear from Gemma, tell her to text me. Damn, I don't know how to get back. Tell her to text me. I can't get her to message back. Her and my grandson are on vacation with family. I talked to other family. It's not like my grandson not to call me. Tony, I'm guaranteeing you she's probably super good. And, man, you're a cool dude. I do want to go fishing with you. And believe me, I am a good fisherman. Offshore grouper, snapper, trolling. I can rig a ballyhoo. It'll look like it's alive. I'm going to jump in the boat. It doesn't matter. 78 miles offshore, 20 miles offshore. Some of Joe Hifko's grouper numbers inshore. Really inshore? Don't matter. Redfish. But I'm pretty sure that she's okay. She's tough as a damn nail. She's tougher than I am. I don't know what's going on there, just like I said. But if you're out there and you know Gemma, tell her, because, I don't have a way to communicate with her, to be honest. But if you do, then tell her to get with Tony. I don't want to see him worried. And I don't think you have anything to worry about, Tony. I don't. These are people that run their mouth. They're not going to do anything to Gemma or you or anybody else. And here's the thing. They need to try and worry about what's going to happen to them before they plot to do things to other people, because I'm sick of them in real life. Sick of them. And what they did to y'all was despicable. Yeah, you got it, man. I'm telling you, what they did to Tony was despicable and his family. And I begged Gemma to just go do something else. Forget about me, because these people are never going to let go. And at least now she's on their side or whatever they're doing over there. They need to go ahead and be happy and celebrate and stop attacking her. That would be a win, I would say. That's a big win. But Sunday, The Watchman. We're getting in touch with Tommy Profit for When the Sun Goes Down. That song, we had the rights to it because Jay had helped us get that. Jay Moss did that. And we made we made the Watchman video. Set it up for a lawsuit after I just took my Ambien. I don't have any Ambien, Deborah, but it is set up for a lawsuit. It's going to involve a bunch of these people, and it's going to be very trying. It'll take a long time, but that's okay. I've got nothing but time. They said it was old and crusty. I'll probably die before, that as rough a shape as I'm in. And did you see the health fanatic that Melissa McDonald is? I wish my arms were that big. They're just not. I'm not there. And I watched Angela, too. I watched Angela bounce her on the yard one time. We'll go over that Sunday, too, how she bounced her. Just bounced, bing, and she just bounced. I've never seen a person bounce. But Angela is a mama bear, and whenever you attack little ones, even if they're not that mama bears, they'll bounce your ass. And I saw it. And Melissa deserved every bit of it. Every bit of it. I'm not being mean. I never put a hand on her. Never. If I did, I'd be under the prison. But this Sunday, we're going to have a redo. We're going to make sure we got all the old out of the Watchmen videos. We're going to put all new stuff in there. Believe me when I tell you, nothing that we're doing is going unhinged or off the rails. People that we were helping before, we're helping now. We're not going to stop helping them. As a matter of fact, you're going to hear from another mother. She has sent me everything already in email. I have to use trusted email because these jokers are seeing everything, and then she doesn't want it to be known. It's someone who had a huge victory once before, but they have an even bigger victory involving the Attorney General. But she said, you're our advocate, Randy, and I love you. There are people who love us. It's hard to get that. But this is a person who is going to be coming out. And they did it out of the blue. And I think they did it because they saw me getting attacked. But they're like, it's time to get it out there. So you're going to see some people. I don't think you'll see many people coming up about that. And yeah, Angela said I had no choice. She had the chance to hush and stop. And that was what Angela told her. What are you doing? And Melissa's response was to the equivalent of, I should have never had these little bastards. And Angela said, what? And picked her up and said, blook up. And just, that I like that. Blook up. Tat-ow. I like that one. Tat-ow. She tat-owed that ass, and she just bounced right there in the yard. It's like within a 20-foot radius, Cheyenne's beat her ass. Angela's beat her ass. And it's always, when she tried to set herself on fire, she ran naked in front of Edward Billy. We're going to be bringing those videos up. I'm thinking about playing them on Sunday. I just don't know how to do it without getting ban. But when you're pouring lamp fluid on you and trying to light it while Melissa Foster's on the phone going, she's crazy, she's crazy. You know, Melissa Foster that loves her now. But that is so fun when people set themselves on fire. You know, you got people setting themselves on fire. You got Rudy can't keep a convict in line at his house. They bust camp and break the chain gang, and they're gone like Jangalang. But it's going to be a fun thing. The Watchmen's going to go to another level. You're not going to hear me. I think because of Rudy and influences like him, I was using bad words more. It made me feel nasty, kind of. So you're not going to see that as much. You're going to see more professional content. You're going to see me do things that we have planned on doing before, but we got sidetracked with this. Not with me chasing tail, I assure you, but with Rudy and the rest of them attacking. But I want to do things on the human needs wheel. Okay, and that comes out of the 10 natural laws of success and time management by the inventor of the Franklin Day Planner. We'll go over the day planner because I use my day planner. And see there? I use my day planner. Those are my notes. I don't even know if I covered all my notes about Rude Dog. But I like the Monticello edition. It's pretty. That's Thomas Jefferson. That's another thing. We're just going to go over a lot of different things that we have before. You know, the belief window. What makes a person do what they do? What are the 4 human basic needs that they need? What is There Was a Rock? And I want to take you out with There Was a Rock, and then we'll go back over it Monday and see who remembers it. I mean, Sunday. But there was a rock. On top of the rock was a goalpost. On top of the goalpost was a buyer's order stamp sold in red ink. On top of the buyer's order stamp sold in red ink was a bird dog. The head of the bird dog was the head of Bob Hope. On the end of Bob Hope's long pointy nose was a soldier standing at attention. The soldier standing at attention on the end of Bob Hope's long pointy nose was wearing a convict's outfit. In his left hand, he had an interest-bearing note. Over his right shoulder, there was a streetcar named Desire going up and down the railroad track. Inside the streetcar named Desire going up and down the railroad track, there was a clown opening and closing the door. The clown opening and closing the door had a money belt around his waist with money hanging out. On his left hand, he had a gold Rolex watch. And on his head, he had a crown with jewels that sparkled. Now, that may not sound like much, but it's a memory jog. It was taught to me by Hewlett-Packard professionals back in the 80s. I spent $1,200 for 12 weeks of training, 1 night a week, with the very best Hewlett-Packard executives that there were. And they trained me that. I trained to become a stockbroker, and I did. There are things that I did that I don't even, I've talked about this with somebody that I was close to once, but in a small town like this, there's certain of us, and Angela's like that, there's certain of us who have did things that they're not big deals to us. But if we were to even bring them up, people would think we were lying or they just wouldn't comprehend because they're ethnocentric. They don't grasp it. But I'm going to start telling some of the things. Let the chips fall where they may. But these people are not going to peg me into a hole where I'm stupid or crazy or losing my mind. I'm going to call them out and call them out quick. And that's how it is. Yeah, I got an early morning too, Angela. Go get that stuff and keep an eye on my mail. Keep an eye on my mail. Angela, I'm very proud of. Angela's overcome everything in the world. She was as good as she could be to this woman, and this woman didn't care. That being said, I want to tell y'all I love you. Rev it up. If you want to know anything about me, those of you that love me got my number, and if you don't, I don't love you. You got to ask for it. Love y'all. Rev it up. Bye.